There was a player in Johnstown. His name was Ned Dowd. He was a college-educated player on a last-place team. Anyhow, he played for a couple years with the Johnstown Jets, and his sister was a Hollywood screenwriter. And somewhere over Thanksgiving dinner one year, the idea came, what about a movie about minor league hockey? And then that evolved into, what about a movie about going from last place to first place in a town that had no future? And then it became, what about a movie about the Johnstown Jets? Of course, Ned Dowd had played there. So he had all the insight and he had all the contacts, et cetera, to make this happen. So Ned Dowd's sister's the one that wrote the screenplay to make this work. And then they said, well, we obviously need a lead actor. Who do we go get? And they looked at a lot of different people, but he had to skate because he's going to be part of some hockey action.
Mm-hmm.
And they settled on Paul Newman. And
Settled.
Paul Newman decided, yeah, let's take a run at this. Now, he's done so many great historical movies, but
yeah.
Paul Newman, Cool Hand Luke, and everybody else became the player coach. And the most intriguing thing to me is the whole atmosphere of lower minor league hockey. And Paul Newman is the player coach of the, quote, Charlestown Chiefs. We're about to go out of business because they're in last place in a mill town that's dying. And they're saved by the Carlson Hansen brothers. But minor league hockey is like a life nobody else ever experiences. 95% of the story is true. Everybody in the minor leagues is angry. You're either a young player trying to claw your way out to get to the NHL or the WHA at that point. You're an old player who's pissed off that he's down in the minor leagues, riding the buses, drinking beer, and eating hamburgers. Mm-hmm. Minor league hockey is road trips, bars, beers, babes, and brawls. That's what the North American Hockey League was. That's why the genesis of the movie and why it became so famous. They shot a large chunk of the movie in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. They went to Utica. They shot a chunk of it in our building where the Comets played because we were the focal point of a really bad brawl that the Carlson brothers got themselves involved in. Went to Syracuse, went to Cape Cod, which were other members of the league. And the unique thing, aside from getting the aging coach, Reggie Dunlop, a.k.a. Paul Newman, to star, is they went out and they decided they wanted hockey players from different teams in that league to come play supporting roles.
Nice.
So like 3/4 of the guys that skated were guys from our league, including a number of players from my team in Mohawk Valley. And then how do we stage the games? Well, you can tight fit and shot and hockey action.
Mm-hmm.
But they decided we're going to open up the doors to the arena and everybody can come at 8 a.m. and we're going to shoot a game action and the stands have to be full.
Oh, nice.
And early on, when the Charleston Chiefs were horrible, the arena was kind of empty. Mm-hmm. The fans you could hear the fans screaming at the players how bad they were. Then when the brothers took over on New Year's Eve and played their first game and everything changed, then the arena became raucous. And then it became like a convention of hockey fans, all types of hockey fans, doctors and lawyers and mothers and kids and bikers. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. So that's the background of how this movie got to where it was and then became so popular. Hey, we get to halftime before we move on to the second half and